Back to Fog Racing. We're here for the Japanese Grand Prix practice recap, which of course it took place in the early hours of this morning. Let's look at FP1. Logan Sargent binned it. I mean, that's pretty inevitable at this stage of the game, and it's funny because you know, with that chassis, how many more hits can that chassis doing at Williams take? No, I mean, it was funny. I logged into Instagram as soon as I woke up this morning. You know, I watch quali, I watch the race, but I'm not getting up for practice, man. Come on, what were you doing? First thing I see is a Williams careering towards the barricade, and it was just one of those crashes where I was like, yeah, that's definitely heading for the wall. And it did. Session got red flagged, all that good stuff. And then it was actually Max Verstappen for Perez and Carlos Sainz that were on top. So, yeah, El Generico that way. I mean, it did look pretty close at the top of practice one. I'm not going to pretend that, you know, Red Bull are completely off the boil after a pretty much of a disaster Australian Grand Prix for them. But, here, it could look worse. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the grid, I mean, I think down to 7th, there was only 5/10 separating them. Then behind that, it was like an extra second. So I think at this track, you're going to probably see a much bigger gap between like the top 5 teams and the rest. But here, I'm sure somebody's going to be slow. Mercedes, where Hamilton seemed a wee bit more optimistic, because if you honestly look at his start to the season so far, 3 races in, it's been pretty horrendous, especially just in general for Mercedes. Like, I mean, Aston Martin haven't been great, but you would expect more from Mercedes because they're like, you know, championship winning team and all that good stuff. But you look at them, it's just like, that's not going to do it really. Then it was a bit of a mix-up grid going into FP2. It was a rain affected session, so hopefully the weekend's rain affected. Because I say that, but Red Bull, you would just fancy them in the rain, especially for that. Perez, not so much. I think he'd probably finish way down the order, but here, we'll have to wait and see, Trips. Could be a very interesting Grand Prix with the rain, but yeah, we didn't actually get a preview and predictions uploaded. That's our bad. We need to start treating Fog Racing like one of the other Fog Brother channels, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I've got a sore stomach. I'm walking dogs, man. And yeah, it's a crazy weekend for your sport. Or a football, WrestleMania, Formula 1. It's a good time to lose some money, is all I'm going to say.